It's Unforgivable that I chose to watch this movie on a Friday afternoon. What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be giving you my review of The Unforgivable, the latest Netflix film starring Sandra Bullock. A woman is released from prison after serving a sentence for a violent crime and re-enters a society that refuses to forgive her past. So before I give you guys my thoughts on this movie, make sure to hit that like button, comment your thoughts down below, as well as your expectations if you have not yet checked this one out, and make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future reviews. I feel like we haven't seen a Sandra Bullock movie in quite some time, and she's one of the greater actors or actresses of our generation. She just doesn't really do much nowadays, so it was nice to see her in kind of a headliner role again. I think she does a fine enough job with the role that she's given. Her character is very reserved, so she's doing a lot of physical acting as opposed to actually dialogue-driven acting, so it's a different side of Sandra Bullock in my opinion, a lot of just stoic facial expressions where she's very empty, or really showing a lot of deep thought about some decisions she has made throughout her life that has led her to where she is today. So I think the movie does a good job of really portraying the struggles of going in and out of the system of prison and showing the trauma that not only she has, but her life in general and the family that she has left behind. And in that sense, I think this movie is very effective when looked at as a drama, but it too often tries to be something bigger than that. Like, the more that the past of Sandra Bullock's character is unraveled, certain characters arise and become part of the story that really just feel unnecessary. Like, if this movie had just focused on Sandra Bullock's struggles and her trying to make amends with her family, especially her sister, I think this movie would have functioned a lot better, as opposed to trying to make it into this I'm gonna right the wrongs of my life situation with other characters who we don't really care about. These other characters become too integral to the plot, in my opinion. They could have been completely cut out and it would have been just as effective, because the movie at its core, like I said, deals with family drama and trying to make amends for one's life, especially with trauma involved, but throwing in these other random side characters who are going to try and do a hostage situation and really are stalking Sandra Bullock's character, it became a little over the place to me because those characters just took away from the actual good moments in this movie. Jon Bernthal's in this movie as well. I feel like he's been in a lot of supporting roles this year. He's having himself a year. He's solid in what he does. Again, he's got a very minor role, but I love Jon Bernthal, so seeing him in anything is always a highlight. One scene in particular features some great acting. Vincent D'Onofrio, who is in this, and he plays a lawyer who is working for Sandra Bullock's character. And there's a great scene in a room involving the lawyer, Sandra Bullock's character, and then two adoptive parents of Sandra Bullock's sister. And the drama and tension in that scene is at another level. There are some really intense exchanges there, and that's the one scene that had me the most locked into the movie. It was very well shot and well acted. And I'd be lying if I said this movie didn't have some pretty clever reveals at the end. It got me, actually. Usually with these streaming movies, I can kind of see where twists are coming from, but I genuinely didn't see one of them coming, and I was surprised with the end of the movie. I do have to give it credit for that because it was losing me for a lot of this runtime as it started to just become a meandering film that didn't really have any clear direction, but it kind of came full circle in the end with a nice reveal that really kept me on my toes. Now, I do think this movie should have focused more on the family element of the family that Sandra Bullock left behind, because that would have made the final reveal a lot more impactful emotionally, because for the most part it's just focusing on Sandra Bullock's journey and it's less showing like the growing up stage of her younger sister, because they are very close and through flashbacks they try and show it. But if they would have just honed in on that a little bit more and really delved into that relationship, I think this movie would have been elevated a little bit. But aside from a solid performance from Sandra Bullock and a decent reveal at the end, there's really not a lot to write home about this movie. It's kind of a snoozer at times, honestly, because it nears the 2-hour mark when it comes to the runtime, and it feels like the movie tries to take on more than it can, because it's trying so hard to really sell you on Sandra Bullock's character without really giving you a reason to care about her family and the reason she went to prison. So that is kind of unfortunate. I do think there are touching moments when it shows her adapting to the reality of society once she gets out of prison, but overall, the emotional moments don't hit as much as I would have liked. They should have fleshed out a lot more characters and cut certain characters and storylines completely. Like, if this was an hour and a half, I feel like it would have been a lot more streamlined, just one story about Sandra Bullock's life and then her relationship with her family. Cut out a lot of these other side parts that got over dramatic at times and felt like something out of a soap opera, and I think this movie would have flowed a lot more smoothly. And Viola Davis is in this movie as well, an Academy Award winner, and she has multiple scenes with Sandra Bullock, 2 Oscar winners in the same car at one point, and they don't really do much with it. It's because the script is just very mad. There's not a lot of material for them to really sink their teeth into and give Oscar-worthy performances, and it's always a shame when you see such high-caliber actors be in such meh movies. So The Unforgivable as a final product is just a very forgettable movie that honestly not a lot of people are going to be talking about. It has a few moments of great performances and cleverness. I do have to give it credit for that, but overall it's kind of a drag and not one that I really think is worth watching. I'm going to give The Unforgivable 2 out of 5 stars. So that's going to do it for my review of this movie. Make sure to hit that like button, comment your thoughts down below, as well as your favorite Sandra Bullock movie. Let me know. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on any future reviews, rankings, all that good stuff. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.